Uh, Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today's review is on this little guy, the Transformers Cyberverse Deluxe class or Warrior class, Gnaw. And here he is in his very how do I put this? Iconic. Would you say this is iconic? I mean, I'll say this: it's unforgettable. Kind of a very unique alt mode, which is his Sharkticon mode. And here it is, which is very G1 inspired. And I gotta say this feels like they kind of created this. I haven't seen the Cyberverse show, so I don't know if he looks like this in the show. If he does, that's great, because this honestly looks like a Generation 1, like complete Generation 1 design. Like a reimagining. Not even reimagining, it almost feels like a remake, but this looks like a G1 toy, which is very good. Like the details all there. It's got nice bits of detail. Articulation wise, it's a Cyberverse toy, so unfortunately it doesn't have that much. His little Sharkticon hands do not move, which is kind of a shame. The legs are on ball joints, so they can do all of that. And they have a swivel at the knee, but no actual knee, which is unfortunate. The little fin back here does move on a little hinge. And the tail mace thing, which is the weapon, by the way, can swivel. And yeah, and as you can see, you can open and close the mouth. But that's more for transformation, weirdly enough, but that you can open and close it. And yeah, it's a Sharkticon. I don't know whether to like that or not, because I'm not the biggest fan of the G1 aesthetic or style, with like some exceptions here and there. But yeah, it's a Sharkticon. If you like it, I hope you do. Sharkticon. Alright, so enough about that. Let's get on with transformation, which is starts off with this, taking off his little mace. So this becomes his weapon in robot mode. So Gnaw here is actually fairly simple, honestly. All I gotta do is really fold this, separate this entire assembly back, feed this up for clearance, then you separate. And then you bring this forward, and this design is like very weird, very odd design. But you swing this forward and peg it there. And doing that locks his robot legs into place. But if not, he would just have a free ball joint. So if y'all want to make a custom of this where you shave that off so that he can have an actual range of movement, by all means, go ahead. I'm debating doing that. But yeah, you plug that in. And I get the purpose of it is to make him more stable. But the thing is, I don't think he's that top heavy. And as you'll see right now, when you pull these back, plug them into place. Plug it into place. There's like little pegs there. Like, these gives him good enough heels that he can stand on his own. So it's like, I don't get why the extra stability. You rotate forward the arms, then you bring this entire thing, the entire jaw down, like so, and clip it into place. And then you come over here, and you bring this up to his shoulders, make them all nice and proper, and bring it up. Rotate the arms forward, and then this fin thing, you can either have it be up or down, your choice. I like having it up. And here we have Gnaw in his robot mode. And I like it. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't think it's as unique looking as his actual Sharkticon mode, since I feel like that Sharkticon mode is somewhat iconic in the Transformer community. Again, I don't know if I'm using that correctly with this. But yeah, this figure has like a couple of weird design flaws because, again, Cyberverse, they tend to make weird choices for things. One of them is that the action feature, since Cyberverse figures tend to have all action features, some exceptions, but most of them do. This action feature is actually kind of neat. It's one of the few ones that I find to be kind of neat. And before I show that off, let me actually get to the figure. Here's the head sculpt. Very nice. Very G1 inspired. And I'm just going to get it out of my system now. This figure is very G1 inspired. G1. Imagine it's a this feels like a G1 figure. like like this thing reminds me of like the Sharkticons when I first saw them in the '86 movie, like the original '86 movie. It feels like they just kind of came out of there, which is a good thing. It seems very accurate to that design. I don't know if this guy appears in the Cyberverse show. I bet you he does. He probably does. That's why they have a figure. But yeah, if he looks like this, then that's not bad. That's pretty good. He looks like his Generation 1 version, which is really neat. So yeah, the head, it just swivels. That's it. Very nice head sculpt. Arms are on ball joints. No elbows, but he can swing them. He can swivel on them. And like I said, with the legs, they technically are on ball joints, but they don't have it. But he does have a knee. He has a slight knee. So, yeah. I feel that this guy has just... Come on, focus. Whatever. I feel that he has a lot of potential to be a lot better. Look-wise, I think he looks really good. It's a very, very nice looking Sharkticon mode and a very nice Gnaw design. So overall, he's pretty cool. It's just that I wish he had more points of articulation. That's what I feel holding this figure back. The transformation is fine. I think it's just good enough. Like, it's just complex enough. I don't need my figures that have really complicated anything, but not too simple. He's just right, I feel. But I wish he had more points of articulation. Not this thing. I'd suggest getting rid of that so that he can have more range of movements, because he has a knee, which is fine. But I wish he had elbows. Like, why have this for transformation sakes, but no elbows? So yeah, I feel that this guy's just, I don't want to say a waste of potential, because he looks good. I think he looks genuinely good. Also, his mace, you can just put on his hand, like so. Oh, and to show off his action feature, which I actually really like. First, you have to lift this up to disengage it. And then you see that he can just rotate. Like that. And I initially thought you had to wind it up like this. Oh, let me lower the fin, tail fin. And then you let go. And that's how it works. But no, how the feature works, that you grab it here and you push it in. Like so. And you can just keep it going. Hurricane Mace Punch. I forgot what this is actually called, but you can do that. And that locks it in place. And I actually really like it. I find that's really fun. And again, he's a pretty good figure. He's surprisingly good. Like, I was not expecting this figure to be as good as it is. My only downside that I can say is that I wish it had more points of articulation. That's it. That the legs don't lock, and he has actual elbows, then I would say, and then I'd, recommend this figure more. But as is, I think he's just okay. He's just pretty good. Like, if you're missing a Sharkticon from your set and you want a G1 style Sharkticon, I suggest get him. I think he's worth getting just for that, but it's one of those, I wish he had more points of articulation. So that's all I can really say about him. He's not bad, far from it, but he could be better. Like, I can see the potential there. This should have been better. But as is, I think he's pretty solid. Younger fans, I think, will definitely enjoy the figure because he's kind of fun. And the feature's honestly kind of somewhat addicting. It just keep doing it. It's kind of a fun feature. And I also like that it doesn't interfere with the figure. Again, lack of elbows and this locking into place has nothing to do with the action feature. That's just a design. This is a design choice I don't agree with. But the feature itself doesn't hinder the figure. In fact, it adds to it. It's really neat. So yeah. And honestly, I doubt I was going to get it. And technically, he technically has a waist. Like, if you disengage it, you can kind of pose him like this. It's interesting. So he technically has a chest swivel. So I feel like I've talked a little bit too much about him. So let's get on with size comparisons. Here we have with Ratchet. And here we have with Cliffjumper. As you can see, he is a bit on the small side, but he's a wide boy. He's a wide boy. He has the carriage for it. He's a big guy. Little squat, but he's big. He's got the plastic for it. So yeah, overall, he's okay. He's okay. If you need a Sharkticon, I feel like this guy's really neat. I especially was really surprised by how interesting the alt mode was. But yeah, I feel for what it is, it's okay. It just could be better. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Cyberverse Warrior, no, not Warrior, Warrior Deluxe class. This is the Deluxe class. No, the Cyberverse Deluxe class, no. And before signing off, here's my special person's Instagram. Please check it out. Here's mine. Hers is more important. And that's it. So this is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out and be safe.